Hey there, kiddo. What are you up to?
Playing on my Game Boy.
Well, that sure sounds like fun. It sure would be a shame if the government took it away.
Well, I don't see why. Hey,
The government would rather that you read a book.
why would I do that? I'm tweeting this.
Not without internet, you're not.
What? Whatever. Well, it's a phone, so I can just use 3G, I guess.
Not if the government doesn't allow phones.
You wouldn't dare. You monster! Fine. What the? You know what? I think I'll just go downstairs and get some food and water. Government can't take that away. Can they?
Well...
What? But those are like basic human rights. They can't take that away. What kind of government does that?
Welcome to North Korea, currently one of the worst places to live on Earth. Meet Kim Jong-un, the man currently in charge of one of the worst places to live on Earth. North Korea is a communist country that takes communism to a whole new level. Kim Jong-un has absolute control over everything and can do whatever he wants. This includes running his economy into the ground, neglecting his citizens, and forcing an entire nation to worship him as a god. To maintain this control, he isolates his country, cutting off any communication with governments such as South Korea or the United States. He sees these possible influences as a threat. This ridiculous government policy has been in effect since the end of the Korean War, about 60 years ago. When the war ended, and Korea remained divided at the 38th parallel, the northern half remained a dictatorship, while the southern half remained an awesome republic. At the time, North Korea worshipped its leader Kim Il-sung, who was appointed leader of North Korea in 1946 by the Soviet Union. After the war, he remained in power and held a tight grip over North Korea. After his death in 1994, in what was apparently the most dramatic funeral ever, he was succeeded by his son Kim Jong-il, who was succeeded by his son, this guy, in 2011. This dynasty has remained in control this entire time. Today, many North Korean citizens are sick, starving, and or brainwashed. Most have no idea how to use a computer or that the internet even exists, which means no Twitter. In fact, in some cases, living conditions are so bad that some people have no electricity, no running water, and their lives revolve around worshipping their leader, Kim Jong-un. Crime is not tolerated in North Korea, and North Korea's definition of crime has become rather distorted over the years. First of all, not worshipping Kim Jong-un is a crime. Trying to escape North Korea is a crime. And being related to someone who is suspected of being a criminal is a crime. Punishment in North Korea is met with no trial and immediate prosecution. If the government says you're guilty, you are guilty. Those convicted are often placed into labor camps. In these camps, prisoners must endure endless, harsh labor. There is no way to get out other than to try to escape. Prisoners either work or are tortured until they die. North Korea will deny the existence of these camps, but the great thing about Google Maps is that they take lots of pictures. These are acts that violate human rights, and therefore are a direct violation of the Declaration of Human Rights established by the United Nations in 1948. No government can be allowed to abuse its people like this, which is why this government policy must change. Now, the United Nations has already imposed sanctions on North Korea, which does put the United Nations within reason to act. But Kim Jong-un pretty much ignores these sanctions, and as this happens, the daily horrific abuse of hundreds of thousands of people goes on. Because of the amount of power he holds in his government, it is unlikely that Kim Jong-un will just suddenly change his policy and be nice. I have written to the head of the United Nations Human Rights Council and explained to them a solution to this issue. It has been the Human Rights Council's job to uphold the Declaration of Human Rights, which was created in response to the Holocaust back during World War II. The Council has recently been keeping a closer watch on North Korea's activities, but something needs to happen other than watching if his policy is going to change. So, the solution that must be reached in order to save the people of North Korea is to have Kim Jong-un removed from power. While there are those within this country who actually do like him, there is a majority of poor, neglected, imprisoned victims who have endured enough of one of the worst places to live on Earth. As was previously mentioned, North Korea is one of the most isolated countries in the modern world. They pride themselves on being completely self-reliant. But this is not entirely true. North Korea has had one major ally for a long time: China. What's left of North Korea's economy is strongly reliant on trade with China. And China, in recent years, has been getting fed up with North Korea. The relationship has been growing apart. North Korea knows this and has been making efforts to try and uphold the relationship. Plan A is to convince China to threaten to, or to go through with, severing all ties with North Korea if Kim Jong-un does not step down. If they were to sever all ties, it could be a matter of waiting out North Korea to ask for help as its economy deteriorates even further at a faster rate. Now, as simple as Plan A sounds, there are some flaws to it. While China has always been one of North Korea's major trade partners, it is not its only ally today. There is strong evidence showing that Iran and Syria have allied themselves with North Korea, so cutting off China may not have as big an impact as once thought. And ending this alliance may even anger North Korea and further aggravate the situation rather than suppress it. In the unfortunately likely event that there can be no diplomatic solution met, and that the abuse of the North Korean people goes on, the next solution that would result in Kim Jong-un being removed from power is a more head-on, aggressive tactic. A United Nations military attack against North Korea should be put into effect in order to liberate the people from the grip of Kim Jong-un. Every day that nothing is done, people suffer. While yes, doing so could cause aggression with Iran and Syria, Syria's kinda busy abusing its own people, while Iran already hates the free world anyways. While Plan B is a more violent one, and could be less popular with the general public, it is faster and will guarantee the forced removal of Kim Jong-un. With a new, rebuilt North Korean government, it could be possible for its people to thrive once again.
Can I have my stuff back?